Surround yourself with really smart people who have proven themselves, proven their abilities to make decisions, and encourage them to challenge you. I have a very unique system in place with the people around me and the people that I trust. I have thought about this for a while. I've considered how to explain it, how to frame it, how to think about it. And it's a difficult subject, and it actually took me a little while to even recognize it. But it's really my number one tool for making quick, clear, and often aggressive decisions or investments in life, and doing it with confidence. Now, it's so easy to get some momentum, have some wins, get some influence, have good things happen, you get wealthy. Frankly, my life, to be honest with you, my life has changed a lot in the past 5 years. My net worth has gone up a lot. We've had a serious amount of success at Bolt Storage. We now own 62 properties, 1.9 million square feet. Some other side businesses that I'm working on are really exploding as well. It's really easy to get some momentum, have that success, and then not only get more confident and more aggressive with your decision making, but also start to surround yourself with people who just say yes to you and are afraid to challenge you. It's really easy to let your ego get so big that you think that you're right all the time and you don't need advice. Or who the hell are you to tell me what's right or what's wrong? I mean, look at what we've done. Look at what I've done. It's really easy to get that attitude when you've had success, you've had some entrepreneurial, things go your way in life. But what happens is, not only do you turn into an arrogant prick, but the people who start to work for you, the smart talent, start to kind of get afraid of you. They shake their head. They just think that you're an arrogant prick. So that why would they waste their time? Why would they start the fight? It's easier to just say yes. It's easier to just go along. So what happens is you start to surround yourself with yes people. They just say yes, yes, yes. They're afraid to challenge you. They're afraid to tell you when they think they see something wrong. And then blind spots start to appear. Look, the world of entrepreneurship, whether it's real estate, small business, whatever, the world of entrepreneurship is constantly changing. The debt market changes. Real estate values change. The market changes. The competitor landscape changes. A lot of things change. So the decisions that you made 5 years ago, the decisions that you made last year, the things that used to work might not work. You might just find a property that's a dud. You might have one factor out of 50 factors that affect the success of a business or whatever. One factor might be off. It might mess everything up, even though it looked the same. This deal looked the same. The situation looked the same. It's another reason why reading biographies of tycoons and giants, those things really help because you kind of learn and pick up a ton, but you got to understand that your situation is going to be different than my situation. It's going to be different than anybody's situation. So what worked for Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and me and any of these other people who have started business, what has worked for them very rarely works for you because every situation is so different. There's 1,000 factors. There's timing, there's cities, there's different areas, there's tailwinds, there's different events. Everything is different. So blind spots appear, and the way things used to work might not work again for you. The situation is not the same. And frankly, another big part of this is that the stakes get higher. Entrepreneurship is a lot like controlled gambling. You want the odds to be in your favor, but you're making investments based on your personal perceived odds of success. So it's a lot like a gambler sitting at a poker table. I'm going to bet on this business. I'm going to bet on this property. I'm going to put my chips, my capital, my time in certain areas, and the stakes rise. An interesting thing happened to me about a year ago now, a little less, maybe 9 months ago. It was March or April of 2022, and my CFO, who's a badass, he went on vacation for a week, and one of our acquisitions guys found a property. And I just got done with a big hoorah meeting and I underwrote the deal. And I was like, yes, this is an easy buy. Boom. Here's a price we should offer. We offered the price. They got accepted right away. Like, oh, great. Kevin's going to be excited when he gets back. Well, he gets back and he calls me out. He's like, Nick, okay, yeah, our downside's somewhat protected. We can always use less leverage. But Nick, the debt market's changing. Debt's getting a lot more expensive. I think this is too risky and I don't think we should do this deal. Many investors, many people would have just been like, no, we're doing the deal. Do as you're told, be quiet. Who are you to question me and my ability to tell you whether or not we should do this deal? But I was kind of shocked. I looked at it and said, okay, let's talk. Let's have a meeting. And we went over it and we talked about it. And in about 5 minutes, he talked me out of doing the deal. And I was just like, yeah, you're right. The downside is higher than the upside. Let's pull the plug. So we renegotiated the deal and we actually no longer did it. I listened, and I'm lucky I listened. And that same scenario happens every day. And so many people do not encourage the smart people around them to call them out, to identify the blind spots, to speak up when they think something might be wrong. Frankly, to speak up when you are wrong. Somebody works for you. Hey, speak up when I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong about something, speak up. And this same exact scenario has happened to me so many times. And this is my superpower. I don't say this to brag. It's not a brag, really. I want to be proven wrong. I could care less about whether I'm right, whether anything was my idea, or what my resume looks like. I want to find the truth. I want to go about things the best way. And so many times that involves me swallowing my pride, me listening to somebody else, and me taking basically criticism from the people around me, the smart people that I've assembled around me, taking criticism from them. Whether it's my business partner, this happens all the time. My business partner will say, we'll get done with the meeting, he'll call me, and he'll say, Nick, you were wrong in that meeting. I think, look, my plan, you know me, you're listening to this right now, maybe you're watching it. I am super charismatic. I get super into things. I am easily excitable. I have tons of energy, and I'm ready to go, attack. And my role in the business is to shovel fuel onto the fire. My partner's role is to steer the ship and hit the brake. And many times that has involved calling me out on a poor decision, on a blind spot, or on something that I just frankly wasn't correct on. And I love that. Some people hate it. Some people get defensive. I love it. I love it when the smart people that I've assembled around me can say, hey, Nick, you're wrong here. This is another area where Twitter is so powerful. The fact that I put all my thoughts out on Twitter, and millions of people, in the last 30 days, 38 million people viewed my tweets. I can put my ideas out there that are, and this kind of leads you to the whole concept here. I can put my viewpoints out there, and I'm going to get feedback, a lot of criticism as well from a lot of really smart people. You know, I can throw most of it out. I'm like, okay, that doesn't pass my bullshit meter. I'm just testing myself. I'm thinking about things logically. But every now and then somebody will make a comment, and I'll be like, dang, that's a really good point of view. That was a blind spot for me. The same exact thing can happen to me when I'm in meetings with my key people. And I'm talking the 5 people in my company that I really trust the way they think about risk, the way they make decisions, the way they're logical. They have proven to me that they can make really good logical decisions. And so when I am getting feedback from them and they come at me and say, hey, Nick, you're wrong. Like, we need to talk about this. I perk up, I listen. I encourage them to speak up. And sometimes what they're saying doesn't make any sense. And we have to have a little bit of a discussion, and I'll take the advice, and sometimes I'll even throw it out. But a lot of times it'll save us big money from making big mistakes. And something amazing has happened. I have been able to be myself. I've been able to trust my gut. I've been able to make radically quick decisions on big investments, because I know that when I'm in these meetings with partners, with employees, even when we're making family decisions with my wife, I know that these people will call me out. I know that if I'm off and they see something off, they're not going to be afraid to speak up, because I've encouraged that. I don't fight. I don't get defensive. I've encouraged this challenge. And so I'm able to have very strong opinions that are really loosely held. I'm going to say that again. I think every entrepreneur, every business person, every person in this world should have strong opinions that are loosely held. I have a sticker on my mirror every morning when I brush my teeth. It says, change your mind on something today. Changing your mind is really hard, especially when you're good. I have confidence. I know that I'm good at what I do. I trust my gut. I trust my decision making, but I'm willing to change sides in a heartbeat. If a better way presents itself, I'll throw my way out. Let's go. That sounds awesome. And so if you can make this happen inside of your real estate company or your business, an environment where people around you are constantly ready to call you out, they're constantly ready to challenge you, and you have the humility and you can put your ego aside to the point where you're accepting of that and encouraging of that, and even rewarding people who make those decisions. My CFO, I've told him 10 times since that day that he saved this company a lot of money with those decisions to pass on some of those deals. And he saved me and he saved us a ton of stress. And I've given him a lot of the credit in meetings with others for making those good decisions. But it's not easy. You really do have to swallow your pride. You have to admit when you're wrong. You can't be defensive. You can't be a hothead. You can't have a temper. But if you encourage people, smart people, and you bring it up, say, look, I'm going to come in with a lot of really strong opinions, but I want you to call me out. I want you to challenge me. I will welcome that with open arms. I will not get defensive. I'll listen, and we will change paths if I believe that there's a better way. Amazing things can happen. Your risk can go way down, and I can get in a meeting like I did earlier this week, and if something just seems off in the meeting, I can make drastic claims. I can say, guys, we're thinking about this all wrong. This is what we should do. Over here, this is what we should do. I know that, okay, it's a little bit uncomfortable to step out on that ledge and make this unique decision, but I know that everybody in that meeting with me is their brain is working. They're thinking, is Nick right? Does this make sense? And if there's any doubt, they're going to bring it up. They're not going to be afraid to challenge me. I've been told, Nick, you're an idiot. Like, Nick, come on, this is crazy. And I'm like, maybe I am. Yeah, this person's probably right. No reason to doubt them. So as you build your business, as you build your real estate portfolio, surround yourself with really smart people who have proven themselves, proven their abilities to make decisions, and encourage them to challenge you. Do not be defensive. Be radically open-minded. Radically open-minded. Searching the truth, and don't make it about you. Don't take it personal. And you're going to do some really cool shit. It's working. Like, this culture that we've built inside of our company is working. We're making money. We're making really good decisions. We're moving fast. You can move fast as an organization when you do this. Oh, we don't need to be unsure of ourselves and test 10 things to make a decision. Hey, we can get our 5 best minds together and outlay the pros and the cons, and Nick's going to make his argument, and Dan's going to make his argument, and blah, blah, blah. We're going to have this discussion, and then boom, we're ready to make a decision and move, and we can move with confidence. I can move and make big decisions with confidence because I know that smart people are listening, and they're not afraid to call me out when I'm wrong.
Hey guys, I have big news. I recently revamped my sales and customer service team at my self-storage company using folks in South Africa. Listen to this English accent.
Hi there, my name is Anton and I'm a sales professional from Gqeberha or Port Elizabeth, which is in the eastern province of South Africa. I've been in sales for about 8 years now with experience in hardware sales with some of the leading brands in the world, such as Canon, Panasonic, and more recently, Red Bull.
Okay, now the surprising part. The person you just listened to is available for hire right now, and they're asking $9 an hour. If you want an introduction, if you want to hire this person into your business or at least interview them, send me an email, nick@sweatystartup.com, and I can make an introduction and offer you $1,000 off the recruiting fee. nick@sweatystartup.com.